Members of the Turkish and Saudi Coordination Council have been meeting, looking at ways to take the relationship between the two countries to a new level. They'll be working in different sectors, from education to defence cooperation. But there are a number of challenges. What are those? We talked to Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister Adil bin Ahmed Al-Cubeyr. You're watching TRT World, and this is One-on-One Express. First of all, some very ambitious projects Saudi Arabia and Turkey are working on. Can you shed some light on the sort of projects and the sort of targets the two countries have in mind?
Today, and signed a very ambitious program, as you said. We have had almost 200 officials from both governments working on these various projects, and it ranges from security, military cooperation, political consultations, consular issues, visas, constituent affairs, health, education, information, agriculture, trade, taxes, a very ambitious agenda. The objective is to take the very strong strategic and historic ties between the two countries and elevate them to an even higher level and institutionalize them in a way where we can increase bilateral trade, increase bilateral investment, increase cooperation in all areas, whether it's security, whether it's counterterrorism, whether it's military, so that we can serve the interests of both our peoples and our two nations.
Now, Saudi Arabia and Turkey have expressed concern about the humanitarian crisis in Syria. According to UN, over 400,000 people dead. But it seems that the Astana process, for example, seems to be granting legitimacy to Bashar al-Assad's regime. What's Saudi Arabia's roadmap, and can there be a solution without Bashar al-Assad? Does he have to go, or is that other option on the table? We have
a common position with Turkey on this issue. The Astana talks were technical talks designed to put in place a ceasefire, cessation of hostilities, and to allow humanitarian access nationwide, and this is something that we all want. The next step is to resume the talks under the UN umbrella in Geneva on the basis of the Geneva I Declaration and UN Security Council 2254, so that we can have an interim governing council and a political transition, so that Syria can move towards a new future in which the Syrian people can decide their own destiny. We both believe in a unified Syria, in a Syria that is democratic, in a Syria in which people take their own destiny into their own hands, and in a Syria in which there is equality. There will be a transition period, and there will be a new Syria. I don't believe that a man who is responsible for the murder of almost 500,000 people and the displacement of 12 million people or more, and the destruction of a country, I don't believe that he has any legitimacy to continue to lead the nation.
Now, you've spoken about Iran meddling in the regional affairs and also interfering in the affairs of some other states. Considering the political dynamics changing with the change in administration, for example, in the United States, do you feel the strategic calculus to change? Is Iran likely to perhaps shun some of its policies which are perceived to be expansionist?
We hope so. We hope that Iran will abide by international norms and behaviors, will abide by international law, will abide by the principle of good neighborliness and non-interference in the affairs of other countries. We hope that Iran will stop supporting terrorism and stoking the flames of sectarianism. We know that Iran is the world's chief state sponsor of terrorism. They are responsible for setting up groups like Hezbollah and Shia militias in Syria and Iraq, in Pakistan, Afghanistan. They are known to have assassinated diplomats, blown up embassies. Wherever we look in the region, we find Iran's nefarious activities and we find Iran's aggressive behavior, and that must stop if Iran wants to be treated like a normal nation. At the end of the day, Iran is a neighboring country with a great civilization and great people, and we look forward to having the best of ties with Iran, but not if it continues to be the world's chief sponsor of terror, not if it continues to violate international laws and norms and principles by interfering in the affairs of other countries.
Now, there's a common perception in many policy circles in the Middle East that some of the policies of Obama administration towards Iran encouraged what people call Iranian expansionist designs and also sort of destabilized the region further. What sort of expectations do you have from the new administration in the US?
We are very optimistic about the new administration. President Trump has said he wants to restore America's role in the world, and we support this, as do all of America's allies. He has said that he wants to defeat Daesh. We and all of America's allies in the region want to do that. He has said that he will deter and contain Iran and push back against the mischief it's causing. We have been saying this for years. He has said that he will restore and rebuild America's relationship with its traditional allies. We support this very much. He has appointed very distinguished individuals in his cabinet, and so we look forward to working with them for the sake of security and peace and stability in the Middle East and in the world.